You know what? Just
Exactly.
give the '90s suits to the X-Men. We all want to see that. Come on. Still cannot believe they teased us so hard at the deleted scene in the movie, and they never committed to that. Rabid bastards.
Yep.
Very funny, Wolf. I don't know why.
Tonight is the day. Tonight is the summer of pack
Yes.
popping, oil changing,
Back popping.
lubrication, and cherry popping. Good evening, UN Spacey Wolf Squadron. This is your Welcome at Wolf 10. I'm your werewolf. Tonight is the night of all nights, man. We are actually streaming on a holiday, a specific holiday, Valentine's Day. I hope you guys are with your loved ones, and if not, then you must be lonely motherfuckers to hang with us. Don't worry, we pity you. We're not disappointed. You didn't get the digits. Okay, there'll always be a next time, unless you're 96. Hey, you can still get some pussy at 96. I've seen some old man still getting some pussy at 96. Hey, humble, you want to join us tonight? We're lonely.
There's only 5 of us here. How would we even be alone?
I mean, we're lonely as a group. We might have a guest with us. So I'll just tempt her.
Oh man.
Here we go.
I will entice her to join us. We'll see how this goes. Oh God, game's playing. Let me lower my volume. So, what do y'all want to talk about today?
Well, on this Valentine's Day, I believe, Dom, you had something?
Yes. I brought this up in the back room, and since today is Valentine's Day, the day of love and all that, why not have a healthy discussion on how romantic relationships were handled then, and compare them to how they're currently being handled now.
Oh dear Lord, you really wanted to open Pandora's box on that one, didn't you?
I bet he
That's
did.
a whole can of worms that is gonna.
That's a hornet's nest.
Look, I figured it's Valentine's Day, and we should go over how romantic relationships like were handled in the past, and what a majority of these modern writers should learn from them.
Well, for example, I think maybe they should actually today learn how to write real relationships. I mean, and no, we're not trying. And not ships, you know what I mean? Not ships romantic. They want to say, "Oh, that was." Those were such romanticized, very, very toxic, romanticized looks at relationships, and I'm like, and yours is even better. I can safely say that back then, Ghost might have been one of the most romantic films I've ever seen.
I have to agree with you on that, Scooney. I think that they have a problem writing love stories because I think they stopped believing in love. I really do think they
don't know love
don't believe in
anyhow.
love.
They really
and here's
don't
the
know anything about it.
And here's the problem
they
too.
become jaded.
Yeah, go ahead, Dom.
Or they become jaded by love. So now, like whenever they approach a love story, they do it in a cynical manner.
And I won't deny that the movies of the past had kind of a romanticized view of love, but I'm going to say this. They weren't going for realism. They were going for an idea because it's a movie, and a movie is not supposed to be a perfect reflection of reality.
Yeah, because even in like romantic relationships, just like outside of the romance genre, they may be idealized. However, it doesn't those stories in the past don't ignore the realities of love, whether it's romance, platonic, anywhere else in between.
Exactly.
Like they're able to showcase love as it is.
Yeah, because according to the ancient Greeks, there are 8 types of love, which I will list them off here: philia, affectionate love; pragma, pragmatic love, or a love of endurance; storge, familial love; philatia, self-love; agape, selfless love; eros can be romantic love, oftentimes sexual, more often than not; ludus, playful love, think flirting; and mania, obsessive love.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to say if you want to find good romance done right these days, watch anime
Mm-hmm.
Or read manga.
or
Or
read
manga.
manga. Or read manga. In fact, one of the best love stories I've ever seen was
Don't you
Netflix's Violet
ever
Evergarden.
think about
Mm.
leaving? 'Cause I
Or if you want to go into
might
classics, how's it?
not
Inuyasha or on High
go.
School Host Club.
Say forever
I think the issue.
mine.
Dang it, Wolf! Come on, contribute.
We're
Oh,
talking here.
You know,
of a
Wolf. You know, he's not going to resist it.
kind. Ooh, yeah.
He's not going to resist it.
You need
Ah,
what
screw it.
I need. I'm gonna blast this shit.
Oh, now you're done? Not there yet.
You spoke too soon, Final.
Oh, final.
Baby, I love you.
Nope, he couldn't help himself tonight.
Let me strong. Let me good.
I thought he was going to do it when you said,
To the bone. This is you.
Scooty, when you said
Think
ghost.
about reason. Y'all don't know about that shit.
Okay, now it's done.
What were you going to say, Leia?
I thought, Scooty, Ghost, he was going to do that song from Ghost, Unchained Melody. I thought he was going to go into that. As soon as you said Ghost, I'm like, oh, Wolf is going to get into it. Oh, no.
God damn it!
My love.
Dang it, Leia.
Okay, now you're just
I'm
killing
sorry.
Leia once you're doing this.
Nah, we don't play that shit around here, Leia. We play Try Me, Try Me.
If the whole stream is just gonna be me
Try
reading
me,
and just him
try
singing,
me.
then we're just gonna go at this all
Oh,
day.
darling,
And this stream is just
I
gonna get
need
nowhere.
you.
I say we practice a little Silent Night.
Oh, Wolf.
Silent
Wait.
night,
Schooner.
holy
Oh.
night.
Dang it.
We're supposed to be doing love songs. I was going to say, along with what you guys said, I think there's too many hurt, bitter women
Y'all not
who
gonna
are
have no
saying,
Valentines and not blast no damn OJs. Y'all better been blasting some OJs before y'all got on here. Did y'all blast some OJs?
well, I blasted some other songs that I deem to be romantic.
I know what you want. So you having my baby, and it's plain to see. You know you on that joy seat tonight, Leia. We knew you was. Don't lie. Don't lie.
Why would I sing that song?
No, you was blasting. I ain't say anything about no damn singing.
Oh,
Leave you alone. You got me feeling.
no, I actually
feeling.
my mine would be "Saving All My Love for You" by Whitney Houston. The Whitney Houston, yeah.
How the hell you like that song? That song about cheating, girl.
It's one of my songs.
Oh, Wolf, how about the long version of Stairway to Heaven?
Climbing the stairs. That's a holy song. We ain't holy tonight. We loving and creeping. Apparently, according to Leia with her favorite song, "Saving All My Love."
Nope.
So I'm saving all
Don't
my
make me
Hey,
get
Wolf.
the sword.
Wolf, I got a question. Hang on. Wolf, I got a question for Final. Final, what were you going to say?
What do you mean?
Before the singing began, you were going to say something?
The duet.
I
some of
thought-
y'all was talking about some romance stories and romance tropes and all the crazy shit that all these mom writers are putting out. That
Well,
counts
the
as
modern
romance.
No,
the modern
they,
tropes of today suck, but what you were saying, Final, was
the
quite
eight types
interesting
of love.
because the different Greek, different Greek names of love. Because if you
Yes.
really want to look at a modern romance done right, I recommend Netflix's Violet Evergarden because it actually covers almost all of those.
Or
Oh yeah, Violet.
if you want to go for the classics, there's Inuyasha and Ouran High School Host Club.
I cannot believe you brought Inuyasha up.
Inuyasha was a slow burn, in my opinion. I'll even admit I didn't see the whole thing because it was just too damn long.
None of us did. Apparently, Humble won't join us. She's too shy. She's shy. I think our friend Evie is asleep. I tried.
But but a lot of the things that the writers forget is that they need to make the romantic characters likable. The romance story isn't just that alone. Okay, their romance, you have to the characters, the audience have to connect with these characters.
Mm-hmm.
Scooney makes a very good point. Yes, you have to make them likable, and you have to make it believable that one of them is struggling to find love.
Mhm.
I would say, for instance, I don't like any of Jennifer Lopez's romantic comedies. One,
Oh, fuck that bitch.
I don't. Her romantic. I don't know why she kept making them. First of all, I personally feel she's not good at comedy, and two, honestly,
She still made one like not too long ago. Like what, 2 years ago?
yeah, I think it's called "Would You Marry Me" or "Marry
Marry
Me" or
Me.
yeah,
Oh my
something.
god, that song that she sang. It really shows you
Yes,
how far gone she has gone when it comes to her singing.
yes,
Oh
Like
yeah.
I totally agree.
we came from "If You Had My Love" to "Marry Me, Marry 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 Me." Bitch, is you stuttering? You something wrong with your head? You need to go to the hospital, get your head checked out. You got a tumor or something. Marry me, marry me, marry me, marry me, marry me, marry me. I'm like, what the hell's Jesus?
Her,
And then had the nerve to rope in raggedy ass, irrelevant Owen Wilson in the mix. Like the fuck?
there was yeah.
You know what? I'll give her props. She picked the old awkward dude instead of a young heartthrob dude. Cause
Wow.
that shit would had me cracking the fuck up.
The only thing that was
Cracking the
missing was
fuck
Owen.
up.
The only thing missing was Owen Wilson saying, "Wow."
Like bitches robbing the
Yeah.
cradle. And speaking of Six Rangers, we have Humble Marty with us.
Hey, humble Marty.
Hey there, Humble.
Hey,
Good to
Humble.
see ya.
Hello, welcome, Humble.
We just need an extra pie amongst these sausages.
Well, don't be a prude.
I'm always prude. Yeah, I'm your commander.
Get ready for see. No, I was going to say, first of all, Jennifer and Owen had no chemistry. That's another factor in a romantic film. The two leads have to have chemistry. You have to be convinced at the end of the movie that they are falling in love.
Oh my goodness.
didn't
We're
have
talking
any
about Marry
chemistry.
Me, Humble, just to catch you up.
Yeah, they
Okay.
did. You had the two leads. The two leads in any romantic film must have chemistry. You have got to be
She ain't
convinced.
never had no chemistry with any fucking body, just to let you like to be honest,
That's true. That's
that
true. I
bitch never
agree.
had no chemistry with anybody in history of anybody. I mean, yeah, maybe she had it in Selena, maybe.
That
But
was
like
it.
But that
me
was
in
a
the movie,
biopic. That was a biopic.
well, she
But
had to have chemistry. But
Yeah.
anything else after that, she like, damn it, can you not? Can you at least pretend like you know this bitch?
I don't even think she and Ben Affleck have chemistry, and they're still together.
I
No,
don't
they're
understand what the I don't. I think
No, they're
it
not.
was. Yeah, they don't.
No, they
don't.
weren't.
I don't understand why they got married. And Ben Affleck
Wait, they
looks like now
remarried?
he's like, yes.
I
Yeah.
thought he was still with
You know they
Jennifer
actually had
Garner.
they actually had a Super Bowl commercial.
And it was so he looked more happy that she wasn't there than he was when she was there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
He was doing
And she
great.
made him get her a donut when he's trying to leave.
Hang on. Hey, hold the fucking phone. He left Jennifer Gardner's irrelevant ass over
Mhm.
this dried up bitch.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, did you notice that during the Joss Whedon version of Justice League, Ben Affleck looked like a guy who wasn't even trying, because during the filming of that movie, it was during his heavy divorce from Jennifer Gardner. And apparently, according to a lot of people, yeah, that divorce hit him hard.
So hard he went back to the other bitch.
Exactly.
Damn, Ben, you really are falling on hard times. I
You
hope you
really
don't end up
are.
like Val Kilmer.
I hope he doesn't. He's a good actor, but I don't think J-Lo is right for him. I think for her, the reason is it's her ego. Her ego is what she's in love with, and she needs men to feel that ego, which is why she has no chemistry with anybody. I was just realizing the other day, I just realized just how
Pray
overrated
for him
Jennifer
because she
Lopez.
got a daughter that's non-binary now.
Who, J-Lo?
Mm-hmm.
She's done. Oh my lord.
Her daughter's a girl. Okay, don't try to play that. Okay.
And so it begins. We are getting front row seats to the end of humanity as we know it.
Scooty, you could be right about
it's
that.
an attempt. No, it's an attempt.
All I hear about is a love angle with no point. We've got the person dating the mirror, and the husband dating the back of someone's head.
Yeah. You know what, Humboldt? Right there. That's it right there.
You were definitely right about that. You're definitely right. I have come to realize how overrated J-Lo is. And the reason she is, this is where she failed. She was so busy promoting herself. She didn't promote herself as an actress, because now when I look at her in movies, I don't see a character. I see just her. And that's where she failed.
At least I know. At least I recognize it's her.
Yes.
Unlike Jada.
Oh.
Now, can I ask you guys a question?
J-Lo. I call her Jennifer Lopez. Damn it.
Now, can I ask you a question?
You probably dropped that some time ago. Go ahead, Skinner.
Since we're talking about an actress who has never had any chemistry with anybody on the screen, except with the exception of maybe a biopic, what actor or actress do you see that has great chemistry no matter what with anybody?
Elizabeth Olsen.
Roseanne Barr and John Goodman from Roseanne.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty good chemistry. That was some great chemistry, actually.
Some great chemistry.
Oh my god! You know, I'm actually going to say it too. I actually think Ed O'Neill and Katie Seagal from Married with Children were had fantastic chemistry, because despite the fact that he gets on her case frequently, you can tell that Al Bundy loved his wife.
Yep.
Ragnar and Lagatha.
I mean, I love that scene where she walks into the room and she goes, "Hi, Al, miss me?" With every bullet so far, Peg.
Holy shit. Those were the days, damn it. Those were the days.
And I would say Uncle Phil and the first Aunt Viv had great chemistry.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
No, that is not to say that the second Aunt Viv didn't have a good chemistry with James Avery. However, the first Aunt Viv, like, people grew up with her, and it took several decades for both Janet and Will to bury the hatchet after all these years.
Right.
Well, at least they were able to bury the hatchet. That is true. But yeah, the original Aunt Viv is the best.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I would agree on that, Nature. I would agree on that. And why would you say Elizabeth Olsen? I'm curious.
Oh wait, here's another one. Carl and Harry Winslow from Family Matters.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Elizabeth Olsen tends to jive with all the people that she stars with, except for a certain actress.
Ooh, yeah.
I agree with
Yeah.
you.
I'm
Yeah.
actually going to say this too. I mean, I know. I mean, Elizabeth Olsen does have great chemistry no matter who she's with. I mean, that is true. I mean, you see her with Vision, then you see her with what's his name in Godzilla, and who else?
Valentine Johnson.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's it. And
Gal Gadot.
what?
Because when they did WandaVision and her and Paul Bentley, when he was, not in Vision costume and they were just playing his husband and wife, they were pretty convincing. I was saying to myself, maybe they should do some other projects because they were really convincing playing these sitcom husband and wife. And I said, oh yeah, they really were believable in that. And I said maybe they should do something else on their own because it was Wolf is right. She does have that.
Even during a surprise. Even during a surprise interview with Sebastian Stan, you could tell she's just taken she made him blush. Do you guys remember that little sequence where she made him blush when he was giving an interview?
For which movie? Civil War?
I think it was Civil War. He was giving an interview outside promoting, and Elizabeth Olsen passed him, and she said that in passing that he was one of the most handsome actors she had ever worked with before walking on him. And he started blushing, and Anthony Mackie was taking the piss on him, like saying, "Oh my God, are you turning red? You are turning red."
Yeah. I do remember that. Yeah. I do remember that. Okay. Yeah. Sebastian Stan always blushed when everybody tells him that.
Oh yeah.
Interviews with him, that.
I'm just saying he was robbed. He was one of the biggest losers that came out of Marvel.
Oh yes. Even now he was really robbed. We all know why. I still feel like, he was robbed of being Captain America, and we know why. I won't get into it. It's not this discussion. But even now, I feel like Kevin Feige is using him as
guys.
I know. We're sticking to romances.
Yeah, but we'll get back to romance now.
Yeah. You know who else had good chemistry? Red and Kitty from that 70s show.
Yes, I hear a lot of people say they love Red and Kitty. They do. And they did. You really believe
they did. The actor and the actress had some great
fiction.
They're right. They're up there. In fact, I love the scene where Kitty says to Red, "Red, do you think I'm smart?" And Red just puts his paper down and looks at her and says, "Oh, is that what we're gonna do? We're gonna fight today?"
I do agree with that. He was a good husband, and you could tell Red loved Kitty. Yeah, like you said, he wouldn't do anything to hurt Kitty or have Kitty leave because he loved her very much.
Mm-hmm.
And he may look rough around the edges, but deep down, Red has a heart of gold.
Red has a heart of gold, and he also loves Eric with a passion. Okay, because he does not let that.
You got a man who's been with a woman for so many fucking years with a laugh like this.
Well, maybe he loves that laugh, and maybe in
I
his
like
own
that
way.
laugh, but damn, like I know a lot of men who probably didn't like her laugh, but like for a man to put with that kind of laugh, I mean,
it shows commitment.
Exactly. I mean, there's also Homer and Marge.
Oh my God! Yeah, that is okay. I know that's a cartoon, but it counts. I don't care. Homer and Marge. Yeah.
Go ahead, Scooty. Go ahead.
Homer and Marge, despite the absolute crap they have gone through, mostly because of Homer's antics, the one thing that stayed true throughout the show, and that they were never afraid to shy away from, was the fact that Homer and Marge loved each other.
Yes, that I have to agree. The crazy crap, like you said, Scooty, that dumb things that Homer did, they loved each other very much. That Marge would always stand by Homer no matter what. She would always stand by Homer. I'll name you another TV show that I think is, and they are still the best ever, and that is Morticia and Gomez. The
Yeah.
Patricia and
Yeah.
Gomez
Yes, they
Adams.
they are up there of not only one of the best couples in fiction, but also like ones who have like stayed faithful the longest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, even the television Morticia Gomez with
Or
John
or in the
Aston,
or in
and
the
in the
original
movie,
comic strips.
yeah, the original comic strip, the
Hang on.
television show,
And the movies.
and
Hang
the
on.
movies. Yeah.
Hang on.
Marty, who are your TV couples?
Let's see. There was the one murder one that had the book writer that teamed up with the cop.
Oh, Castle.
Castle, yes, Castle. That one had some pretty good chemistry to it.
Nathan Fillion. No matter who he's with, he has great chemistry with everybody.
True. And there was in one of the Hallmark movies, especially the Hallmark mysteries, the gourmet detective also had teamed up with a cop who happened to be a single parent. And it's funny because he was a suave guy. She was the one that usually liked to go out for McDonald's.
Okay, there's a lot of Hallmark movies out there, so I can't pinpoint that one, but from what you're saying, it's great.
Oh, it is. He actually got everyone to try out gourmet coffee and won over the police department before he won her over, and she couldn't do anything because he was made friends with all her friends.
Yep, and that was that in Castle?
Well, Castle did the same thing too.
Yeah, Castle did the same thing too. He made gourmet coffee, and he bought the police department a gourmet coffee machine, and everybody was just head over heels for the coffee machine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. What else? Humble? You got any more?
Yeah, let's see.
I know you're putting up Vikings, Wolf, and yeah, you know what? I'm going to say that too. Vikings is another good one.
There's some really banging relationship goals in that fucking show.
What?
Freaking
Well, and that was another.
Stark.
They're his.
Look at
Well, and
look at how she resting her chin on his shoulder like a fucking cat or a dog. Look at that. That is so fucking adorable.
Well, that was
Okay.
Look at Catherine Winnick.
That's
Why
also
you
too.
always gotta be adorable when you do shit like this?
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
The other couple, I had to rummage my room for this one, was Dan Shamble, PI, and his secretary girlfriend. They are Zombie and Ghost.
Oh yeah.
And the book's called A Natural Axe by Kevin J. Anderson.
We're going to
So everybody in the playback intro. Excellent. Thank you for saying that for the recording, because now if I forget the name of that, I can always come back to this one.
Nice. Gotta get through my singing too first.
I can get through the singing because there's the skip, there's the fast forward button. There we go. The fast forward button, and of course, when we reach the 30-minute mark, and we're still fast forwarding. We're still fast forwarding.
I mean, it's at the 28 mark, so there's your starter.
Well, and the reason why these romances that we're just naming off did so well is because we also had the breathing room of a TV show where you can expand and get to know these characters.
Indeed.
And we got to see the different layers and even see these romances get challenged in certain ways.
And actually, a good example is the Simpsons movie, where Homer and Marge's love for each other was put to the test after the whole thing. Homer like contaminating Springfield with the dumping of the silo.
Yep. I was elected to lead, not to read.
Well, the thing about if I may, I know Wolf, you bring up Vikings. I also think of Claire and Jamie from Outlander. I know a lot of people here don't watch it. Wolf has seen the first season, but I got to put Claire and Jamie from Outlander up
I
there.
got through to the third season until my wife started continuing on after that, and I had to quit. I had to quit.
Well, from what you've
I'll
seen,
even say before, I know they didn't start off as a couple in the show, but Walking Dead, Rick and Michonne, they actually showed a progressive relationship that I actually thought was very good. Say what?
I still had that pairing.
Most people did. I was okay with it, but it's like it showed the progression of their relationship, and I actually liked it. That is, while Walking Dead was still good.
But it was still good. But I would say the one that everybody says was probably Glenn and Maggie, because in the end, it was tragic. But I think Glenn and Maggie really had. You talk about development. You really saw that because that relationship
we're gonna make Humble cry.
Really developed.
We got to make Humble cry. That's how good. That's how you know. See, here's another thing too. If you can get the audience to cry, then you have done a perfect relationship. I'm not ashamed to say that I cried at the end of Ghost. Come on, how could you not have cried at the end of that?
I did. I was happy.
It was a happy ending, but he was leaving at the end, and he says, "It's beautiful, the love that you feel." Come on. You didn't cry the man tears, especially now that Patrick Swayze is gone in real life?
Yeah, I cried too.
I got teary-eyed at the end.
Patrick Swayze is gone in real life.
Wolf, where the hell have you been?
I'm totally kidding.
Scooty, I did cry at the end of Ghost. I thought Demi Moore's acting was sucked. I thought she was the weakest part of the film.
You just don't like that bitch. Just admit it.
No, but I cried more for the.
Can't stand that bitch. No way.
I guess so. I'm sorry.
Layla, like, I'm gonna this feet.
Let's
turn Miss Elliott on that bitch.
But I did cry.
Stay away from my Swayze.
I still cry for Patrick Swayze though at the very end. I still cried for the. I felt more for him, maybe, of because Scooty's right, that final ending where he has to say goodbye. You know, that does choke you up a little bit. Are infectious.
I'm also going to say this too. I mean, this is another movie, even though, so this is a movie now. This is where, okay, we've got movie. I understand that for movies, you have a fixed time and you have to, that's even a good coupling too, right there. Despite the many problems with, But, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. Sorry. The pictures are distracting. A movie is a little harder to do a romance because you have a fixed time and you got to cover a lot of bases in a short amount of time. But much like Ghost, there is another movie that actually got a romance plot off the ground and actually did a pretty good job. Terminator, the first one.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Give me some water.
I traveled because of you.
Okay, that is romantic as I don't know what. I have to agree with you, Steve.
Well, I'll even say it. I know it's controversial, but I'll say it. I do believe the first Terminator movie, despite the sci-fi action, I do believe at its heart it's a love story.
I agree with you. I have to agree with you. Despite all of the action, the love story between Sarah and I forgot his name. But
Sarah Connor, Kyle Reese, but it's Linda Hamilton and Michael Biehn.
Yes, their love story really would suck me into that film. I have to agree with you with that. In a sci-fi, because usually in sci-fi movies, romances don't work out very well. Not all, but some. But this one really worked out good because when he wrote over dead at the end, I was like, oh.
Yep.
But I knew it had to play out that way. But I mean, how he did everything he could to protect her, until the very
like a father,
end.
like any husband and father should, even though they were never quote unquote officially married.
Even though marriage is probably dead in that future.
Well, it was also, I mean, but they never stopped. But here's the thing, okay? Despite the fact that they were never, quote, officially married, by all rights and accounts, both of them would have referred to each other as husband and wife. In fact, she even tells John talks about his father in a very loving manner.
Yes, exactly. And then as a woman, how could you not melt when he says to her, I looked at that picture and I've come across to find you. What woman would not melt and hear those words? I'm sorry, Michael Bean said that in my log so beautifully.
Probably not humble.
Oh,
I
I'm
would have.
teasing humble. I'm teasing.
well,
Okay.
I even loved that bit too, because he took a picture of her and he says he memorized every bit and piece of it, and that when he looked into that picture, he saw a sadness that he didn't know why. And James Cameron has stated that he was painting that scene where Kyle was in the future and he was walking after, a battle. He goes downstairs back into the base, and you just see the base is in horrid disrepair and all that kind of stuff. And amidst all that darkness and all that sadness, you see him pull out a picture, and it's a picture of Sarah Connor. And James Cameron was saying the effect he was going for in that is that there is that one bright spot, that place of happiness. And that is where Kyle found his happiness, his peace, in that picture. And he says, I would have given anything to wonder what you were thinking about at that moment. And then, of course, at the end of the movie, we discover, oh, she was thinking about him.
Yeah.
So in the future, he fell in love with the picture. He had been pining for her that entire time, and she didn't know who he was when they first met. But after he died, she would be missing him the rest of her life. It's tragic, and it's beautiful. It's magnificent. That is how you do a romance story.
Exactly. I
Indeed.
totally agree.
Speaking of tragedy in romance, I do want to mention another certain type of couples in romance stories: doomed lovers or star-crossed lovers.
Yeah. The Doom love. You want to start off, File?
One way with a bang. It's the impresario. The impresario is the rock opera of the opera sequence of Final Fantasy VI. So basically, the context of this opera, we already have established star-crossed lovers, Draco and Maria, who are the characters in this opera, and then they're already they're already doomed to fail because Maria's brothers are already viewing him as a devil, because this is the Romeo and Juliet type of romance. It's very much parallel to Romeo and Juliet, because that's already the biggest inspiration here for this opera.
Where you at?
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Where the fuck you at?
Keep killing them, Wolf.
And so Draco and Maria are
Literally,
just
if I can break down
planning
this
for their
fucking armor.
are just now planning for their future. Whatever, they're just going to be out from this conflict between Draco and Maria's family, because they're just trying to get him out, or they're actually planning to actually kill him because they view him as a devil. But then Draco is already beginning to grow so lovesick of Maria. A lot of evil intentions are actually creeping in, specifically on wanting to kill her family, and he's already becoming a monster. And then soon as there are everyone from the kingdom, Maria's kingdom, including her family, just corner him and plan to kill him, Draco just starts losing it. He starts losing everything and begins to slaughter everybody in the kingdom who tries to go after them. But then suddenly he sees Maria is now dead, and he thinks he killed Maria. And because of that, there's already blood on his hands, as described in the lyrics in the opera. He starts running away, and then it's left really ambiguous at the ending as to whether Draco died or not. But
Dick off, bitch.
It's implied that he did die, because at the end of the lyrics of this opera says, now it's clear, broken through the pain and the fear, before too long, I'll be with you.
Oh.
Oh,
Oof.
that is tragic.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Ouch.
I didn't even
Yep.
see it, and I already
That
felt
gets you
that one.
That gets you here. It gets you here.
Miss me, bitch.
Neo Star, you're absolutely right. Darkwing Duck and Morgana Macabre is also a good one.
Daring
Oh.
Duck a mystery. Stroke his
Red
dick tonight.
31 Sorceress,
Slips
yes.
out through Earth's
Jasmine
shadows.
and
Double
Aladdin.
penetration for the
Oh
mic.
yeah. That's
Might solve a mystery.
No.
of the many Disney fairy tales that have been done.
Shit.
Yes, Jasmine and Aladdin is a good one.
Mhm.
Pocahontas,
Um,
John Smith, even
Motherfucker.
Flynn and Rapunzel is pretty much my favorite.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually going to say Flynn and Rapunzel are some of the best ones. Even Belle and, well, I just call him the Beast from Beauty and the
Yeah.
Beast.
yeah, from Beauty
Because
and the
those were the
Beast, yeah.
those were the Disney movies that didn't just start with the immediate romance. We actually had time to gradually build their love stories.
Yes,
No,
I would.
Motherfucker.
There's also Max and Roxanne from a Goofy movie.
Yeah. So that's a
Oh,
different
yeah.
type of romance. That's a high school romance, but even high school romances can be done good even done in the right way. I mean, one of the best anime high school romances I have ever seen, and changed my mind. It's Toradora.
Ooh.
Oh, hell yeah.
Great.
Oh, that one's
Freaking
good.
Aiga.
A great choice of manga and its anime adaptation.
I think-
Toradora
Come here,
shows people
motherfucker.
how to write a high school romance well.
Leia, just for a little bit of context, Toradora is a slice of life manga, and it is actually a comedy drama done very well and in a tasteful way. I mean, this TV series and manga just fired off on all cylinders. It did everything right. I have yet to see another anime that could really hit on this level. But it's basically okay. So you got this really cool cat character who everybody kind of avoids because he just has a scary face. That's pretty much what it is. He's got a scary face. Everybody thinks he's a bully. Okay, and he likes this girl.
Pussy ass motherfucker.
Give
me your shit.
Toradora in the beginning, like people thought of him more as a delinquent than a bully.
Yeah.
However, your point still stands.
Yeah, he's got a scary face, and everyone thinks and everybody avoids him. But he likes this girl. Okay, now we got a girl. She's an adorable she's small for her age, but holy crap, she's got major anger issues. So he's super cool, calm, and collected.
Got short bitch syndrome.
She's got a massive inferiority complex, and she's all emotion. In fact, she has a nickname around the school. They call her the Palm Pop Tiger. I don't know where they come up with these names, and I love them. I don't know how they come up with them, but I love them. But she likes.
I mean, for a while, she lives up to that name.
Oh yeah, but she likes this boy. So both of them, kind of awkward, come to some sort of an arrangement with one another. They both say, "Okay, I'll help you get the girl if you help me get the boy," and it's about their various misadventures. But as predicted, the story decides, okay, they're going to hook these two characters up. But what I like about this is that the story doesn't end when the two characters hook up. It actually shows you what happens afterwards.
Dude, tall enough to be your fucking older brother.
A lot of people are never going to let that go. In fact, I love it because one of the gags of the story is...
Stay her tiny ass in his apartment and shit. She looks like a fucking child every single time I see her.
Well, it's like you could literally...
She's not really
she's a
12-year-old child. She's a high schooler for sure, but she's very young adult.
In other words, she's older than she looks. Much like Yugi and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
She starts off as a brat with the attitude of an ankle biter.
Mm-hmm. In fact, it's pretty hilarious just the sound effects that Wolf is doing, because when they say that she's the Palm Pop Tiger, because in Japan they have these little Palm Pop animals, and The tiger is supposed to look ferocious, and that's what she is. So they always do a visual. They do the visual metaphor. But yeah, that.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, but that right there is a great example of doing a high school romance. Toradora, I have yet to find a better anime that could do a high school romance as well as that one. But if anybody has any suggestions, you can let me know in the comments below.
Red 31 Sorceress had a comment. Yes, very interesting with The Sound of Music. You're right about that. One of my all-time favorite musicals. So yes, the Von Trapp. And I was going to go to final about tragic lovers. When I think tragic lovers, I think of like Buffy and Angel. They
Oh my God!
Those are very tragic lovers.
Look, I think it's very tragic, but at the same
time, tragic lovers, it will be an understatement.
Calling them tragic, yes, exactly. But the problem is that Buffy kind of had a lot of love interests, so it kind of soured. It kind of soured me to Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
You know, you do have a good point in that, Scooney. That's a good point. I liked the love story of Buffy and Angel, but because they had her with so many different guys, it kind of did sour that one. Because I'm going to admit it, I'm not no shame. I liked their love story. I liked the idea of her in love with a vampire, even though he is supposed to be her enemy. But she's in love with him and he's in love with her. But when they had her, you know, with Spike and some other guys.
Oh, yeah. Spike, in my opinion, was too far.
Yeah, I do agree with
Spike
you. Spike
was too far. In fact, the fact that I'm glad that Angel did get his own spin-off series. I thought Angel was pretty awesome. But the fact that, come on, the two of them didn't even have out a fight, like saying, you slept with Buffy. Yeah, but you were dead. I mean, come on. That is total Spike. He's like going, yeah, but you were dead.
Yeah.
That sounds a lot like him.
That sounds like something he would say. Yes.
And while that Leia did actually mention The Sound of Music, and I did like to go on the subject of musicals, I like to go on one subject of mania. Mrs. Lovett from Sweeney Todd.
Well, baby, me so horny. Me so horny. Me love you long time.
Charming.
Oh, no, Wolf! No!
Wolf, we said
that is not
lust.
that is not even a love story right now. That is
Bitch got love it in her name, and she lusting after Sweeney Todd.
Wolf,
Does that not
that is
her fucking love?
Wolf, that is a hangover. That's a hangover regret.
Uh-huh.
Might as well be the nail salon stylist and the mailman from Legally Blonde.
I'm not into guys with vaginas.
Oh! Boom! Okay, that one was pretty awesome.
I was about to talk about Sweeney Todd.
Go ahead.
Oh my God.
Jeez, Wolf, let the guy make his point.
All right, so yeah, Mrs. Lovett. The Sweeney Todd having his wife and daughter taken away from him, all because Judge Turpin couldn't keep his hands to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, but now he thinks his wife is gone because Turpin actually assaulted her in the party at his own house, which sparks Sweeney's revenge for him. But then Mrs. Lovett actually told Todd that she killed herself by drinking poison, but she turns out to be alive, and she didn't even tell him that. Why? She's already thinking about Todd, and
that's not really that's not even that's not a wholesome relationship. That is 100% toxic.
Absolutely, yes. And
Mrs. Lovett and Sweeney Todd is a toxic relationship, 100%.
Absolutely, yeah.
Plus,
Because
there is
Mrs.
such
Lovett
a
just
thing
lied
of
to him.
romantic couples who happen to be evil, but the relationship between Sweeney Todd and Mrs. Lovett, yeah, it's more on the toxic love side, more than an evil romance.
Exactly, yeah. Because even at the end, when Todd finally realizes that when he actually realizes that his wife was alive and he killed her, he starts freaking out. He just lived a lie. So what does he do then? He killed Mrs. Lovett.
Yeah.
But now that he has nothing to live for, he lets Toby kill him because he killed his wife.
I agree. I agree with what you're saying. I think because the movie definitely implies that he knew Toby was behind him.
Yeah.
This is starting to sound like a bad comic book plot. It gets worse.
It usually does. That's actually another good little line of chemistry right there of one of my favorite comic book romances, although some will debate me. I always preferred Peter Parker over Mary Jane. Peter Parker and Mary Jane over Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy.
I don't. Well,
I mean, I don't blame you,
think
but
anyone
yeah.
is going to argue against that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Peter Parker
we
and
also
Mary Jane. Yeah.
we also have Barry Allen and Iris Allen, which actually is held up probably really good. I know comic book romances don't do well, but you got a handful of comic book romances that stayed true through and through. For example, Clark Kent
and Linda.
Oh yeah. So also Clark Kent and Lois Lane.
Yes, Clark Kent and Lois Lane, and I still say you can call me overdramatic. I don't
Child
care.
of Flower, I think you might want to rethink your relationships because Felicia does not care about Peter.
Felicia doesn't care about Peter. She loves his Spider-Man persona. And that's it. Her relationship with Peter, let's face it, is purely physical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, baby, me so horny. Me so horny. You keep lying. Me love you.
Dear God.
Oh, is that we missed it?
Wolf, how many times?
Well, make me get the sword.
So horny, so horny. We love you, Lord.
I mean it.
That's
I forbid
Felicia
it.
in a nutshell.
We're trying to
That's
do
Felicia
romance.
in a nutshell.
No,
that's lust.
No, final. If he keeps this up, I will spray him.
Okay, I trust you with that.
Not the CW. Child of the Flower, no. Absolutely not. We're not talking about the CW.
That bitch
We are
always bag on
talking
his-
about
That
the
bitch has to
original.
ball bust him. She is acting like the absolute worst caricature of a fucking wife. It undermining his ass, fucking talking down on his ass, fucking nagging his ass for what?
I mean, that woman never missed an opportunity to break his balls.
For real.
And
She's a hen pecker.
There you go.
Just a nagging housewife in a power suit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we did not to mention in the Flash TV show, we did see Linda Park. However, she wasn't really captured all that well in the TV show.
No.
If comic book Linda ever meets her television counterpart, especially one from the Arrowverse, she'll probably roll her eyes.
Yeah. Speaking of
Lancelot, that's a betrayal.
Guinevere and Lancelot,
that's a
Yeah,
betrayal.
they're a betrayal. Yeah, that's a betrayal.
I mean,
Ares and Aphrodite, on the other hand, I mean, that's already another toxic relationship because Aphrodite's far from a faithful spouse.
I'm actually going to say, the one movie that did the Guinevere and Lancelot relationship really well was actually the Last Night with Richard Gere. And Sean Connery. That was actually a pretty good movie.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But look,
it actually did the relationship really well because Guinevere and Lancelot knew that their relationship was an ultimate betrayal. And I actually thought that, and I even loved it too, because they actually showed, I mean, the movie takes so many creative liberties, but it was a good movie. I don't know. Did any of you guys ever see it Last Night?
I haven't seen it in a while.
Since I've seen The Last Night.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen it.
I thought you were talking about Camelot or something.
No, I'm talking about because in this movie it's different. Richard Gere is playing Lancelot, and Arthur has already been king for a while now, and he becomes one of Arthur's Knights of the Round Table. He, of course, has a relationship. He's having feelings for Guinevere, and their relationship, of course, gets exposed, and Arthur now has to deal with this betrayal. It's actually done very well because it shows what happened afterwards and the events that transpired. And it takes a lot of creative liberties, but Arthur dies and he passes the sword on to again, this is a Richard Gere movie. Okay. So just take it with a grain of salt.
It goes into it deeper than Excalibur did. Excalibur,
Yeah.
which is a movie I still love to watch, but it goes into that portion of the Arthurian legend with this deal with Lancelot and Guinevere and Arthur than maybe Excalibur could go into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's another actor who actually has some great chemistry with every woman that he's with, Richard Gere.
Oh yeah, especially with Julia Roberts.
Yeah,
Especially Richard Gere and Julia Roberts. Wow. Yeah.
For Pretty Woman? Oh yeah.
He
remember,
really had chemistry with her.
Yeah, I remember growing up, Richard Gere, he was in a lot of movies where he's in a variety of different genres.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he did. In that movie, Arthur had a Viking funeral, which was badass.
That was great. Well, I think Pretty Woman impressive because at the time Pretty Woman came out, we all knew Richard Gere. We didn't know her. So for her to hold her own with him in those scenes, that's why Pretty Woman worked. Pretty Woman worked because those two really had it. And then they did Runaway Bride together. But those two really made it work. Because like I said, I knew him, but I didn't really know who she was. That film made her a star. Richard Gere was already established. But the fact that she was able to click with him so well is why I think that movie worked really good. You know, it was
What
those
about
two
Adonis and Bianca?
Who?
Adonis and Bianca.
Oh, from mythology, right?
Nope. Creed.
Oh, Creed. Hello, Doy.
I was thinking mythology too, Scooty.
I'm sorry, because I'm hearing Adonis and Bianca, and I'm thinking Greek mythology.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I actually thought that was pretty good too. I actually put that right up there with Rocky and Adrian.
Yeah, I was about to say Rocky and Adrian too.
Fuck anybody who tries to down Adrian and try to build up and try to build up Bianca. It's like, are you some of you motherfuckers probably never even watched the damn Rocky films, have y'all? Some of the YouTube comments when I was watching some of the Bianca scenes,
yeah,
they were tearing down Adrian and trying to lift up Bianca. I was like, Adrian did more than just cry.
Yeah, Adrian actually. What I loved about that scene was that Rocky and Adrian were kind of both there to help one another.
Yes.
Rocky helped Adrian be more assertive, and Adrian, because both of them started off having the wrong idea about one another. Adrian was quiet and timid around Rocky, and Rocky thought because she was scared of him. Whereas she wasn't scared of him. She was just very timid and couldn't assert herself. On the same time, Rocky didn't always have to be, what was I looking for? Rocky had a difficult time expressing himself. That's it. But Adrian could understand him. She told him to be patient. That was the thing about Rocky and Adrian, is that the two of them lifted the other up.
I totally agree. And to me, Rocky may have been this tough fighter, but she was everything to him. She was everything. He may have been the fighter outside, but outside of the ring, in the home, you could tell she ran and controlled things, not to overtake him, but to make him the man that he was. And she did it, and she was quiet about it, but it didn't mean that she wasn't strong. With each film, you saw just how strong she was, but mostly the fact that she was really his muse. I mean, that's the best word I can describe. She was his motivation was her, you know, his motivation was to be with her.
Of each damn movie, Jesus.
Yeah,
I even love it. I mean,
Adrian was not just Rocky's muse, but she's a fighter herself. She wasn't a fighter in the physical, but she's an emotional fighter.
Yeah. In fact, what I loved about the movie so much was that Rocky was saying that he wanted to go the distance because that was what he always wanted to do, to prove himself, to be the champion. At least that's what he thought he wanted. But then at the very end of the fight, when he went the distance and all that way, what is Rocky doing? He realizes this isn't what he wants. He wants Adrian, and that's why he's calling out to her. He's not in.
What?
Yeah.
I can't beat him. Apollo? Yeah, I've been out there walking around thinking, who am I kidding? I ain't even in the guy's league. What are we going to do? I don't know. You worked so hard. Yeah, that don't matter, because I'm nobody before. Don't say that. Oh, come on, Adrian. It's true. I was nobody. But that don't matter either, because I was thinking that it really don't matter if I lose this fight. It really don't matter if this guy opens my head either, because all I want to do is go the distance. Nobody's ever gone the distance with Creed. And if I can go the distance, you see, and that bell rings, I'm still standing. I gotta know for the first time in my life to see I wasn't just another bum from the neighborhood.
And that was the thing. At the end of the movie, he realized that none of that mattered. What truly mattered was Adrian.
Right. Agreed. And then in the second one, it was the same way, because in the second one, he's lost some confidence a bit. And then when she tells him after the baby is brought to him, and she says, there's one other thing you can do. He asks, what can I do for you? And she says, there's one more thing you can do for me. And he says, what's that? Win.
Yep.
And that was enough for him to wake up, because she realized his potential, what it meant to him. But then, like I said, he couldn't make a move without her. Like you said, Scooney, she was everything. And when she said win, over his coach, over everybody else, is those words coming from her that got him the motivation to get back in the ring. And you know what? In the second one, he does win.
Exactly. He wins, and he says right now at the final line of the movie, he says, "Yo, Adrian, I did it."
Yeah.
No, that always puts a smile to my face whenever I watch the ending of Rocky 2.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm emotional and I smile at the end, because
you like her? True, I like her. What's the attraction? I don't know. She fills gaps. What's gaps? I don't know. She's got gaps. I got gaps. Together we fill gaps. Are you balling her? Hey! You don't talk dirty about your sister. Are you screwing my sister? You see, that's why I can't connect you with Gazzo. You know that, Paulie? Because you got a big mouth. You just talk too much.
That was the thing that I liked. And that was the thing. Rocky was uber simplistic, and a lot of people would think that he's slow. He's not slow. He's smart. And even Adrian can see that he is smart.
Yes, that's what. Right.
Even in Rocky,
he can break down like anything complex into the most simplest terms.
Yeah,
that's not being slow. That's being intelligent.
Yes.
In fact, and I think what I liked about Rocky, the second Rocky movie as well, is that while she told him that he needed to win, he also gave her the strength to come back, because he was there sitting with her, he was reading with her, and he kept telling her, "You got to come back. You can come back, Adrian," and she did.
Yeah, she did.
Eventually, it all went ahead with the first appearance of Clubber Lang in Rocky 3.
No, yeah. And that, again, in all of the Rocky movies, that's like one of the best relationships ever, Rocky and Adrian.
Yeah, absolutely. Because in the first film, with Adrian, we all know she wasn't the most glamorous woman in the area. She was this shy, kind of frumpy, Shrieking Violet that worked in a pet store, not the hot chick that you always see in these films where the guy goes for the hottest girl in the room, or a woman a status that's higher.
I'll be here waiting for you. How about I stay here and you fight?
And he really needed her with Clubber Lang, because he was an absolute beast. I loved it. I thought Mr. T was a great villain. That was good to have.
Don't make me get the Mr. T out. Don't make me get the Mr. T out.
No.
Well, getting back to what you were saying, Leia. She said she was the What did you say she was? A shrieking violet?
Yes.
No. I said
Yeah,
she's a shrinking violet.
Yeah.
I
She's a
said she
shrieking
was.
violet, but here's the thing. When she's with Rocky and she actually starts coming out of her shell, you don't see the timid little shrieking violet anymore. You see that she actually is a very beautiful woman.
And
Yes.
assertive.
She just
Yes.
didn't have the confidence. And Rocky gave her the confidence.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, that was like one of the most like the best scene in the whole movie is she's standing up to Paulie.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
that is.
she and her taking charge of her life was asking Rocky, "You want a roommate?" I love that
Absolutely.
bit. She says,
I don't
"Want a
want
roommate?"
nothing for you. I don't want nothing for you. This ain't no charity case. Get out of my house. This is not just your house. You ain't no friend no more. Get out of my house. I just said, don't talk. Don't talk to him like that. Both you get out of my house. Yo, it's a cold outside, Paulie. I don't want you messing her. I don't raise her to go with this scumbag. Yeah, come on. You want to hit me? Come on. I'll break your both your arms. They don't work for you. That's right. I got the. I'm not good enough to meet with Gazo. That's why I think of Gazo. Now you're a big shot fighter. You on your way up. You don't want even throw a crumb to your friend Paulie. And when I go out and get your meeting every morning, you forget that. Then I give you my sister too. Oh, your pig was said. I'm a pig. A pig gives you the best. You're such a loser. I don't get married because of you. You can't live by yourself. I put you two together, and you don't even don't you forget it. You owe me. Yo, what do I owe you? You're supposed to be good to me. What do I owe you, Paulie? What do I owe you? I treat you good. I cook for you. I clean for you. I pick up your dirty clothes. I take care of you, Paulie. I don't owe you nothing.
Yeah.
And whoops, monologue.
Yeah. What else was I going to say? Just segueing to, I figured out another really great romance of star-crossed lovers that I think all of us can appreciate. Jean and Shiera from Justice League.
I was going to bring him up earlier, but thank you.
Oh.
How can we not get that? One of my favorite, excuse me, romances from the Justice League. Scooney, you nailed it. Yes.
I mean, I'm just going to say it right now. That is a romance done right because we had literally 2 seasons of build-up, and we had.
Jimmy, I'm looking this shit up and they're giving me the fucking Zack Snyder movie. Fuck off with that bullshit.
Yep. You got 2 seasons of build-up, and I thought this was brilliant too. You absolutely knew next to nothing about Hawk Girl's past. Nothing. And yet they built up that relationship perfectly. And the movie Star-Crossed, I don't care what anybody says, that was Jean and Shiera's movie. That was John and Shiera's movie. In fact, if you rent just the Star-Crossed DVD and the opening intro, they don't do Kevin Conroy like that. No, they introduced Phil Lamar and the voice actors who does Shiera's voice first, indicating this is their story.
Marie Canals Barrera.
Thank you.
Maria Canals, sorry.
And that's one of the best. That's one of the best romances.
But like you said, that's how you do a romance. Like you said, it built itself up. You could tell there was something there, and then it built up to the moment, and you believed it, despite the fact that there wasn't much about Hawk Girl that you knew about. But the way they worked, it wasn't forced. They weren't forced together. They
Wait a minute. Let's wake up humble.
I'm right here. I'm still here.
Animated couples.
Let's see, animated couples. Well, there was that one couple from The Last Unicorn, when the unicorn dated the prince, as a pretty tragic couple.
Oh, my God! Did you bring that one up?
Oh my goodness, that one makes me cry all the time.
Oh,
and I saw it as a little
rip.
girl.
And now I'm
humble.
a woman.
Oh, Oh no.
Well, the
don't-
more
don't.
wholesome one is Puss in Boots from Shrek and Kitty Softpaws.
Mm, nice.
Great choice.
The most mysterious creatures in the universe. Sorry? Women. Don't be too hard on yourself. You didn't know she was spoken for. How did you? Wasn't hard to figure out. The point is, these things happen. Just have to accept it and move on. Thanks. I'll keep that in mind. Believe me, I know the pain when two people who are involved. Who's involved? You and Hawker? Get out! Really?
I especially love the fact that they got them together in the penultimate episode of season 2, and you're like, yes, they're together, woohoo! And then
they both
Starcross comes, and you're like, I'm crushed.
Son of
My
a
heart.
gun.
Yeah, it's like Starcross then comes around, and you're like, my heart, my soul, why are you crushing it?
You know how we feel about each other, John.
Yeah.
And I know you feel the same way. It's not that simple, John. This can't go any further. Why not? Well, we work together, so gives us something in common. We can't be worrying about each other when we're fighting the bad guys. Too late for that. What else you got? It's crazy. I mean, look at us. Just look at us. I see a man and a woman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, first off,
Oh,
I
man.
know a lot of people want to cite Static Shock, but I'm sorry, Jon Stewart is Phil Lamar's best role.
I have to
Damn
agree
right.
with you. Yes, I agree with Scooney on that one. Yeah.
Jon Stewart
great.
Jon Stewart is my favorite Green Lantern.
He
I
is
mean,
mine
the
too.
top and
That's it. I'm gonna say
the
it.
only one that can rival is Mad Love. I'm joking.
I was about to say, Wolf, are you okay?
I'm
You might wanna-
joking.
Oh, thank you, God.
I didn't say anything as I turn my eyes towards him because I got the joke.
Oh, William Silva, don't don't encourage him. Child of Flower had an interesting 2 comments back. If try to stay on the same subject of animation, if you want to, she had a comment about her favorite. Yeah, right here. This is
Well,
her
she talked about the comics first.
Oh, okay.
However, Rogue and Gambit's relationship was explored in the X-Men animated series from the 90s, as much as their relationship was explored in the comics between the late 80s and the 90s.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Yeah,
actually even going to say that their chemistry in X-Men Evolution was pretty good, despite the fact they went nowhere with it.
Yeah,
They were going to explore it. However, it didn't get a 5th season.
Yeah.
because I liked them in the 90s cartoon. I did like Rogue and Gambit a lot. I will admit to that. They were one of my 2 faves right there. She's right about that in the cartoon. I like they're both. I like the flirtatious nature of Rogue. And one scene I think about is in the episode where they're on the island. I can't think I'm stupid right now, but it was the 2-part. It was part of the I think it was season 3 or 2 where they were taking
When they were going to go rescue Professor Xavier from the
Savage
yeah,
Land. Yeah.
the Savage Lands. That's it. Yep, the Savage Lands.
And she was feeling that she was scared because she couldn't fight with her powers. And she tells Gambit, I'm scared, I can't fight him without my powers. And, he takes it in arms and he tells her it was going to be okay, that we could get through this. And, then he tells her that he loves her. And I guess that's the only moment he could be able to give a kiss, because we know Rogue cannot touch another individual without hurting them. But because her powers were taken away from her, he was able to get that in, which was a good moment. But it also shows that I think that was the point where, their true feelings were starting to come out for each other.
Gambit can't help but notice you saved Hypnoshare and not Wolverine. Must be my way with women. Don't flatter yourself, swamp boy.
And she drops him right there in the swamp water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also,
I'm like, I basically, every time I see that scene, I shake my head and I say, "Gambit serves you right."
Little piece of advice, Cajun. Never make that woman mad at you.
Now,
While we're
actually,
discussing, while we're discussing
that
X-Men,
actually occurred. That actually occurred in the adaptation of the Dark Phoenix saga.
mhm,
Yep.
The one,
yeah,
no, the one involving the Savage Lands occurred in season 2.
Thank
Child
you.
of the Flower, I'm going to have
yeah.
to contest on this one. I'm going to have to contest you on this one because
No.
I'm going to contest that one because Korra and Asami are actually, if you really watch the series, is a very toxic relationship.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to
There's
tell you
also
right now,
force.
if Korra, first off, if Korra
I'm
was
sure
a
she's being
man,
facetious,
I
guys.
hope so.
But finish your point.
If Korra was written like a man, that would be toxic behavior, especially when she's saying to Mako, like, when you're with her, you're thinking of me and all that kind of stuff. So she forcibly broke up their relationship and then dated the other woman.
Yeah. And
Uh-huh.
one thing I did want to mention since we were on the topic of X-Men, to me, Cyclops and Jean Grey pretty much to me always the best couple for the X-Men.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah,
One of them.
or actually one of them, and fuck whoever thought it was a good idea to think Scott would cheat on her with Emma Frost, because that's what ruined X-Men for me. Is when
Now, that kiss occurred during Grant Morrison's seminal X-Men run.
Yeah. That was purely put in there to add drama, to spice up them trying to mix it up. I get what they were trying to do, but it doesn't work. Cyclops and Jean, especially in the 90s X-Men, are one of the I'll also say it, 90s X-Men is the best Cyclops.
exactly.
Mhm.
In fact, Cyclops is awesome.
Also, if I were to add, when Generation X was ongoing at the time, it actually would have been interesting if Emma Frost and Sean Cassidy actually formed a romantic relationship, like after the death of Moira, because she was the first. She was like not only the first human to be infected by the legacy virus when that storyline was occurring, but she was also killed by it.
Yep.
Mhm.
Precisely. That was another, but that was another great another relationship. Cyclops and Jean, best relationship ever. Don't even get me started on Wolverine because he's got too many bad relationships, and they've never.
I wouldn't call them bad relationships. His various romances his various romances ended tragically.
I'm saying, bitches never lip on his ass.
Neostar, I will actually agree with you right there. Cyclops has been shafted so many times. Oh, good. Child of the Flower has said, obviously it was kidding. Thank merciful God.
Yeah, too much. But even when Jean was dead for a while, like he found love again, like in Madeline Pryor. Like they first started off as friends, and he was able to move on from Jean's death. They got married, had Cable, but at the time he was Nathan. But when Jean came back, he left both of them, which is still messed up. It's messed up, and also it tainted like Scott's character because I was like he has shown like in the pages that he has moved on from Jean.
Yeah. I'm actually going to agree with
How many
Kate.
times have they screwed over Cyclops just to spice things up in the X-Men? Because some stupid people at Marvel thought bought into the idea that Cyclops was fucking lame. Why? Because of the movies.
Cyclops.
Well, even before, but like him leaving Madeline and Nathan to reunite with Jean like that occurred years before the X-Men movies were ever made.
Turn his ass into a deadbeat dad.
But
Nice.
Final has a point that they haven't really respected Cyclops. When people ask me about Cyclops, I say it's hard, especially the movies. I guess they think he's a Boy Scout, but I think
he is, because he's like Captain America levels of being a leader.
Yeah,
Well,
but
can I also say this though? Is that those who say that Cyclops are lame just don't know how to write the character.
yeah.
And
Much
it's
like,
the
much
same
like,
with
much like those who
it's the same
don't.
thing what they thought of Aquaman because of the Super Friends cartoon.
Yeah.
Because Cyclops is the leader of the X-Men for a reason, and the movies did
I'll do
not
y'all one
really
better.
show that.
I'll do y'all one better. They can't write. It's not that they can't write Cyclops. They can't write for shit. Period. Because if they even think that Cyclops is lame, they also think Wolverine is lame. Because even if they were given the task of writing Wolverine, they would write him for shit.
Can I
Anybody
just say
who
this?
thinks the
What
superhero
I
is lame can also think that what their coolest superhero could be, and they'll fucking suck the dick out off of that favorite superhero into oblivion and make him a fucking Mary Sue or Gary Stu.
case in point, case in point, Batman.
Or
DC
we.
Comics. DC Comics cannot stop kissing Batman's feet.
Yes.
Hang on. What are you gonna say, Humble?
I was thinking one of the other times when we had someone intimidated by superheroes was that one Kibblesmith fellow that wrote the.
That guy who said he was intimidated by Night Thrasher of the New Warriors. Look, dude, how is this guy intimidating you? Have you read any of the New Warriors?
I'm gonna also say this.
No, he
I'm sorry.
didn't.
I'm also gonna say this. Intimidating you? Did he come to your house and threaten to steal your lunch money?
Man, I'll go over there and steal his fucking lunch money.
The part
And
that
more. I'll probably
the
take his
part
fucking
that
dick.
the part that made it funny for me is he got the whole internet to actually unite in making fun of something.
And also, not to mention giving the new characters that were going to be a part of the new volume of the New Warriors. All the artists, each of us, I wasn't able to participate in the redesigns, but I've seen tons of redesigns of the new characters, and they are infinitely better than what they were ultimately given by Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Humble has a good point there. It should have made it so bad. I was going to go back to Scooney about she does this. Kibblesmith is intimidated, or this guy just doesn't like heroes. Again, they're giving heroes to people who don't like them.
This is
And that's the problem that we're having also with romances. We are giving these stories to people who hate these characters.
Exactly. What were you going to say, Humble?
The other Schooner already made the point. They're giving these characters to writers who don't like him and don't want to respect him, and then at the same time think it's a good idea to give it to someone who's like, okay, let's throw all this in a closet and make everyone be, I don't know, a soap opera.
Let's make him gay.
That one thing. Oh yeah, but also not to forget that one theme song. Who's being true? Who's cheating? Who don't even care anymore? Who's doing right for someone tonight? And whose car's parked next door?
Holy shit!
Dear God.
Yeah, I was into that.
That was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, look, let's know who's on Hollywood tonight.
Did you guys know that you guys know that Lucasfilm right now is actually saying they're going to make Luke Skywalker gay?
Oh, Scooney, I'm so I'm trying not to.
I'm not even showing the Captain America banners.
Basically, here's the thing, Leia, don't get mad at that. Do you know what you got to do? Seriously, this is how you beat them now because they're trying to get a rise out of you. Just say, it's been done. I've seen it a million times before.
Look, right now, no, the new people in charge of Lucasfilm, they want to keep Luke away from Mara Jade.
And they're intimidated by Mara Jade because Mara Jade is hotter than they are.
Yeah,
not to mention she's gone through like she's gone through like a she's gone through like years of character development, like starting with her first debut in Heir to the Empire. She first like started off as an
God damn it,
enemy to
guys.
Luke and the others.
Mari is talking.
Well, as far
Go
as
on,
trying to
Marimar.
make all the straight Star Wars characters gay, I think the fanfic writers have probably done a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Okay, that's a good one.
Just
there,
getting
Mark.
back
Yeah,
to what just getting back to what was saying though, which is ironic because in the EU, Star Wars EU, Luke and Mara had a very great relationship.
they
Yeah,
do.
And
but
Han and Leia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not you, Leia.
Yeah, I know. I know. The real, yeah, the Carrie Fisher Princess Leia.
Yeah, in fact, Luke and Mara had one son, Ben Skywalker. And now when Han and Leia got married, they had 3 kids. Jason, Jaina, and Anakin Solo.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well,
And
they
Jason went to the dark side.
Yeah,
Yep.
known as the
And-
Darth Kaidos.
Yep. And he killed Mara Jade.
Yeah. Yeah, which is like which was not only heartbreaking but devastating for not just Luke and the crew, but also to us fans who grew up and got to know like Mara Jade as she went from an enemy to Luke and the others, but also to their greatest ally, friend,
And
lover,
family.
and wife,
And
It's
family,
family.
yes.
and family.
And then her nephew went down the same path as Vader, and he basically became Darth Vader.
Can I just say though, she had one of the most badass last lines. She says to Jason Solo, "You sound exactly like Palpatine,"
Bingo.
and that shook Jason to his core.
Exactly. Well, the reason I was just going to say they're doing this to Luke Skywalker because they hate him. They're under the spell of the Wicked Witch, and they're doing her bidding because they're her flying monkeys, and they're just writing this character with such defamation. Luke was never gay, never thought about being gay, none of that ever came to his mind. But in their mind, they're doing this to ruin him. Like you said, Scooney, yes, to get a rise out of me, but also I think it's to ruin this character. They're just
That's what they're trying to do
They
because
just wanna, as we said before, time and time again, rewrite history where they're the domineering face of every story and every banner and any mural. It's like
and their job is to
like
ruin.
trans and all that stuff. They're trying to see. They're intimidated by the fact that there's so few stories about them and there are so few documentaries about them, or really, it's not even. This is not pointed directly at the people that they pretend to be. The real genuine people. The real genuine people never ask for this shit. Not
Mhm.
once.
Well, and that's the thing too. Can you actually name me one successful franchise that was catered to, that one woke franchise that actually did well? There isn't one that got mainstream appeal. None. Yeah, they'll probably, we had 1 million views here or 1 million views there, but I'm talking like what permeated and stayed within the public consciousness. None. And they know they cannot thrive, so they need IPs like Star Wars and Marvel to push this agenda so they can. The problem is that it's not working. And I honestly think, is Star Wars 100% ruined? No. It'll come back. Oh, it's coming back. But at the time, we're going to have to sit here and deal with it. But there is other things you can consume. Like I said, go to the EU. And if they say, we're making Luke gay, I could just say, so what? He's like everybody else. Everybody else was made gay. So what? You're not doing anything revolution. The one thing they hate more than anything in the world is to be ignored. So ignore them.
Yeah,
I think this would
and
be
they
a good
just
time to start wrapping things up.
But I mean, what these types also don't realize is they're ostracizing established characters who happen to be part of the gay demographic, who's been around for decades, and the character and their actions are reflected first and foremost.
Yeah,
what they are
and
supplementary.
they're really just getting rid of a lot of the female characters that a lot of people either grew up with and just basically find hot, like the case of Mara Jade or Carol Danvers back when she was Miss Marvel. And they thought, oh no, this is a female character shouldn't be as strong because she's basically everything that's feminine. She should be strong as everything that a man should look like. So let's make Carol Danvers shit on the legacy of her late boyfriend and basically make her like David Bowie, look like David Bowie.
Actually, if you want my honest opinion, David Bowie would have made a better Captain Marvel.
That is true.
At the very least, we could have gotten one hell of a musical number with David Bowie.
This guy's great.
We could have actually gotten a musical number with David Bowie actually dancing in space with a badass light show.
Fucking with nigga.
Yeah, funny enough, no, like if Bowie was casted as Marvel, he would actually be comic book accurate in terms of looks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not adding insult to David Bowie. I'm saying like they're trying to make Carol Danvers like so masculine she looks like she's David Bowie.
Yeah, that's what I get it. Yes, at this point, yeah.
Because like you know when Rogue is supposed to be this
Daddy, ask my agenda, please.
You know when Rogue is supposed to be this cute but feisty Southern belle? Hold on. Carol Danvers is supposed to be your typical East Coast girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it when she had her leotards and her thigh-high boots. I thought she was cool. And then I saw that girl, like, what the heck happened?
Because someone didn't like women.
Well, I'll tell you this: Chris Claremont, Kurt Busiek, and Brian Reed, all three of them like understood who Carol is.
Oh yeah.
But then overnight, she just became unlikable because
Kelly Sue DeConnick.
Yeah, because Kelly Sue DeConnick really does not like women.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you who else had a really good. You know who else had really good chemistry? I mean, I think I actually like this romance a bit. Dana Barrett and Peter Venkman from Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, like they have a
and
really
Bill
strong
Murray
chemistry.
and Sigourney Weaver had the best chemistry. You could tell they were just having a blast.
Yes.
Yeah, first started off as friends, then eventually they got back together as a couple.
Yep.
You were
In fact, what's so funny is that in Ghostbusters Afterlife, it's clear that they're not only living together, I think they're married. In fact, I love that scene in Ghostbusters Afterlife. They're doing that picture test, and he's getting and he's like, you got all, and she's like, incredible. He's actually getting all of them right, and then she looks right at him and says, "You marked the cards, didn't you?" I did no such thing. She shocks him, and then he goes, "Okay, I may have marked a few."
How the tables turned.
Man, that scene from Ghostbusters still gets me because like when he was doing that test, like the guy on the left of the girl, like he was clearly the genuine sidekick.
Exactly.
He keeps getting shocked because Peter didn't want to shock the girl.
It was killing me because at the beginning of the movie, he's clearly not interested in science. He's clearly interested in getting laid.
Yeah, he's a ladies' man.
And I love it. He says, "There's a couple of wavy lines. I'm sorry, this isn't your lucky day." And then he shocks him and he says, "We volunteer. Well, you volunteered. I mean, we're paying you, aren't we?" And he goes, "Yeah, but I didn't know you were giving me electric shocks. What the hell are you trying to do here anyway?" "I'm trying to study the negative effects of ESP on an individual. The effect, I'll tell you what the effect is. It's pissing me off. And my theory is," and I love it. He says, "Well, then maybe my theory is correct." And he goes, "You can keep the $5. I've had it. I will, mister."
Oh my gosh! That would not be the last time to have a sidekick in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
we're about to start wrapping up now, so let's go.
Well, this is a good time for us to wrap it up. We were on a roll here.
So, I'd like to thank everybody for being here. Those 7 or 8 and 9, 10, Jesus, 10 of you, and those 9 existing motherfuckers that kept popping in and out. Tune in for this Thursday, for we will have a special occasion. We will be talking about the Netflix TV series Glow, and we will have a special guest that day.
Hulk Hogan?
Maybe.
No. You did not look at the title of that video?
Yes, that's right. You see the title of the video. We will have a regular at Ishi Streams, one of our greatest friends, who's also a great mom, excellent mother. We will have Janelle Penner on Thursday. She and I will be discussing this series, our likes and our dislikes, and she will also be talking about how or when the show went woke.
Okay.
Shazam.
I used to watch the show that the wrestling show that Netflix show was based on. So I'll be very interesting to hear the comments and some of the comments I have as well, because I was a huge fan of that Glow in the 80s.
Yeah. Bring your street knowledge in there. Bring your street
Yes,
knowledge in
I
there.
will.
She gonna like that.
I can bring you
She
a
know.
lot.
Oh, you know what?
I
As a
knew
plus, she have seen that show as well.
Oh,
You
okay.
two are gonna vibe really well. Trust me.
All right.
I knew of Glow growing up, but I never got a chance to watch it when it was still on the air. I also
shut
have
your mouth.
yet to
Let Blaze
watch.
talk. Kidding.
Well, thank you to you too. You snarky bastard.
Oh, you
Took the
just
words right out of my
chicken.
Anyway, I
took the words right out of my
As
mouth.
I was saying, yes. Now I knew Glow growing up. However, I never got a chance to watch it when it was still on the air before it ended, or even like during its reruns. But I've also have
This
yet to
motherfucker
watch
right
the
here knows
Netflix
about
series.
stone protectors.
You know what? Child of the Flower, you do have a point. Egon and Janine were also really good. I mean, come on. The greatest pickup line in the world: I collect spores, molds, and fungus. The guy got the girl. He's a genius. He's a flippin' genius.
And she loved him even more.
Oh yeah.
Nothing against her and Lewis was, but no, people like were vibing the romantic chemistry between Janine and Egon.
I got one for y'all.
All right.
What is it?
Johnny and what's her face? Carmen.
Ooh, for Cobra Kai.
Oh,
That's another good choice.
That's a good one.
That was the way how they built up that romance was genius.
Mm-hmm.
Genius. And fuck Miguel's real dad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Forever.
Johnny is Miguel's like true dad.
Hell yeah. Yes, sensei. And don't bring no women over here. Women make weak legs.
Oh no, but the grandma though? No, she's also fun to watch.
Oh hell yeah. Oh, and I smoked a dude. I had a smoke before you started. I am totally high.
Can I just say that Cobra Kai taught a very valuable lesson? A lot of people throughout the years were saying, like, oh no, in the original Karate Kid, the main character is the bad guy, and that stupid thing.
Speaking of well-developed couple, Daniel and what's her name again?
Hallie,
yeah.
Hallie.
And to think, spoilers. I don't give a fuck at this point. She is the cousin to the other girl from Karate Kid 3.
I know, right? Like
That
that was,
fucking
I was
kidding?
just, look, my jaw dropped out at that particular
Yes!
reveal because nobody saw it coming.
Oh my goodness! Just like
Amanda.
freaking yes,
Amanda, and
yes.
I was happy to see Amanda again after all these years.
Thank you, Child of the Flower. That one came from Child of the Flower, so credit where credit's due.
Oh yeah.
Look,
My goodness.
Cobra Kai. Look, Cobra Kai is the gold standard of how you should do a revival, continuation, or a reboot of a beloved series.
Yeah. And
Cobra
so
Kai
is
gave us a
Ghostbusters, and so is
continuation.
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yeah, and look, while references to Ghostbusters the video game like weren't brought up as much in Ghostbusters Afterlife, it is still canon.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how come this mump gets all the new stuff? He uses our new experimental equipment technician. He gets a cool title too. It means he gets to carry around new equipment that could potentially blow us into New Jersey. Oh, this knucklehead looks around a very dangerous prototype equipment that could potentially blow us into New Jersey. Thanks. Keep the title, kid. It'll work out for you.
Can I also just say, too, like, if anybody was going into Ghostbusters Afterlife thinking we were going to get a Ghostbusters 3, the ship had sailed on that a long time ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ghostbusters 3 occurred in Ghostbusters the video game. Afterlife is the fourth movie.
I agree.
Yeah.
Anyways, so tune in for that, and of course, we still have on the horizon Akira Volume 2. And guess what? Janelle has also have opted to join us for that manga study.
Nice.
She has her very own she has her very own physical copy of all 6 mangas of Akira.
Oh, lucky.
You guys better mark your calendars and pray that that nothing bad will happen on that day, the day when we bring her on. She
Okay,
does have
I'll be
things
sure.
to do. She's a busy woman, yes, but at the same time, let us hope nothing bad will happen on the way on our road to talking about the manga Akira.
All right, Wolf. I'll brush my teeth.
You better have a freaking horseshoe too. And Don better
I have a
carry you a 4-leaf clover.
I have a 4-leaf clover. We're good.
And final, make sure you have your dream catcher. And Leia, get the shield.
Yes.
Anyways.
Very well.
Anyways, mark your calendars on the month of March, we'll be tackling our next elevator pitch, and this time we are doing fantasy.
Fantasy
Books,
movies. Oh, never mind.
Dude, when we do elevator pitch, we're talking about all mediums, man.
Oh, my bad.
We're upgrading. We're evolving. We're moving on. We're expanding, guys. Come on. Anybody who wants to join us that day as well would like to throw in like a little quick picture or anything like that. Feel free to message me either on Discord or in the community. I'll pick up a tab, pull up a tab for that in case you guys ever want to join us that day. It is on when that shit's on. I need to start making a calendar. God damn it. I'm stalling for time.
Final, before we after we end the broadcast, before you go, I need to speak with you briefly about something.
Okay.
Don't tell everybody.
So sorry. I thought maybe he would disappear after I log off, so I wanted to catch him before we go.
I won't tell nobody else.
Well,
you know what? I'll just I'll just put it in the community tab. Just mark the calendars. You guys check out the calendars and what the scheduling is going to be about, and I'll definitely be updating the schedule if need be of what we're going to be doing in the future to come, because we're definitely going to be tackling some more stuff as we go along while we're tackling this challenge I've laid out upon the UN Spacey, which is for every month we're tackling each volume of Akira, the manga, all the way up to our anime spotlight, the animated movie Akira. When that's gonna be, I won't tell you. You guys gonna have to be surprised.
Alrighty.
Be soon.
Ah.
Oh, shut up! You know you can wait.
Make sure you mark your calendars, people.
So yeah, we'll be leading up to that. We'll definitely be returning to manga studies, talking about Claymore.
Yeah.
And Dorohedoro, since those are the top voted selections in one of the polls.
All right, I'm looking forward to that.
So I'll be we're probably gonna pick that back up somewhere in the fall when once we got our summer binge on right after we did do that, you know. And by the time when we finally tackle the Akira manga, we'll be ready to tackle these two mangas. Because right now my top priority is covering Akira first before we get back into those mangas. And please continue to suggest any other mangas that we can tackle. We will be going for the ones that have already been requested. I know Sammy Lee has already requested. I know somebody else. I don't know who else did, but I've seen it. I'm checking it. I got a list, guys. I'm checking it twice. But yeah. Okay. I did mention last year that we're gonna talk about Habane Rain, that Angel anime that I was telling you guys about. Definitely gonna be talking about that.
Okie dokie.
Are
you talking about Angel's Egg?
No, not Angel's Egg, but that is one I want to tackle.
Oh God, Angel's Egg. That is okay. Look, it's great, but you gotta sit through it. That is a slow burn.
Definitely. I have never seen Angel's Egg. It'd be my first.
It's a slow burn.
What's that? Sorry, guys. I'm looking up the anime I'm talking about. Jesus Christ! Why is always this anime's name that freaking eludes me? There we go.
Last Exile.
No. I already know Last Exile. It's Haibane Renmi. Oh, he gets it.
I'm checking this out.
Yeah, y'all better be watching that on your own time. I ain't supposed to be leaking that shit to y'all unless you know what. I will, because I'm a nice commander. Humble, are you down for that one day?
Might be.
Also translated as Charcoal Feather Federation.
What the fuck?
Apparently.
Charcoal Feather Federation.
Look, were there only 13 episodes of it produced?
What'd you say?
Yeah. Were there only 13 episodes produced?
Yeah, 13 episodes.
So that's easy for y'all to get through, damn it. You binge society having ass motherfuckers.
So were there only 13 episodes produced?
Apparently, I don't know. We'll see.
Okie dokie. All right.
No,
Alrighty.
It is 13 episodes.
Look, damn it. We're going to get through it, and we're going to talk about it. That's all we need to know.
All right.
And I think I'm going to cover that for the fall. Because it does have a fall. To me, it feels like fall. So I would say let's go with the fall. Somewhere around November, maybe. So we'll be tackling that. What else did I say that we could tackle as well? Comic studies, right? I did say that. Comic studies.
No, that'd be me.
That'd be you.
Yes.
There's some other stuff, but there might be another elevator pitch later on this year as well. I think it's gonna be we not funny enough to do comedy. No, it was gonna be romance. That's what we're gonna do.
Romance.
I was gonna do it on February, but then this shit is long past. I got too much shit on my plate, and Fucking forgot. Oh well, we'll do it next year. Yeah, let's do it next year. Next February. But
Oh,
let me not waste any more time and start with the compadres. Let's start with our guest Humble yet again joining us once again. Thank you for joining us, Humble.
Thank you for having me.
Sorry for making you a wallflower.
No, that's okay.
I hope you can come back next time, next Tuesday.
I hope so too.
We'd
Well,
love
if
to
you're
have you
down for
back.
the manga stage for Akira, shoot me a message.
Okay.
I mean, are you familiar with Akira?
I know Akira was the yeah, I know Akira was the manga where the guy got psychic powers, went power mad, and it ended in the giant blob thing.
Close enough.
Close enough. You got the basics. That's good.
She's a true believer. Let's start with our next lady, the lovely Leia Val, Leia plus size.
Good evening, everyone. This is Leia Plus Size, your lovely lady of valor, and thank you for joining us this evening to talk about some of our favorite romances, genres, romance types.
Yes.
Oh, you
There
just
it
got
is.
it. Okay.
Just, just, just.
That's enough.
Let me make love to you, baby.
Oh my Lord.
End my suffering.
Okay.
I'll be good. I'll be better.
Oh, you were just waiting to
I
get
won't
that in.
stop.
I
won't stop till you tell me
Oh,
to.
come on.
Please me to, baby to. Tell me to. Come on, it's Valentine's Day, guys.
End
Hey.
the
Where does
dream,
the
Wolf.
net?
It was yesterday, Wolf. It's over now.
You can't help
I mean, it's still
Good,
10
look who
on my
came in
ear.
late to the party.
It's past
Matthew,
midnight on my end.
Matthew
Oh
is
yeah,
here
it's
late, but
1:36 on my end too.
Oh shit.
Oh, we got to get going. We got to get
Yeah,
going.
yeah. But
if
Matthew
there's any,
Flynn,
go ahead. You can say hello to him.
Matthew, long time no see, buddy. We're about to wrap it up anyways. Shoot me a message if you have something in mind for us as well, because even though we got a lot of plans, we're still hungry for a change of pace in streaming wise. And I'm gonna steal Neil Star and Draco. We're gonna do something together. Oh, excuse me. Before I move on to our next competitor, we also got on the horizon as well the Jurassic Park trilogy discussion in March.
That should
I
be
want
fun.
some guests. I want some guests. Anybody who want to get on this, let us know. I don't give a damn how well you know the damn movies
or the books.
or the
Or the book.
books.
Or the
I
books.
don't give a damn if you only watch the damn movie once. Come on and have some damn fun and learn something. Maybe you'll track down the sequels. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll just get the first movie and be content. All I'm saying is, I want new ears, damn it. Like Humble.
Okay.
The schooner tuna.
Coming at you live from a secret government facility buried deep underground but has excellent Wi-Fi. This is Schooner Tuna. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you like what we were discussing, drop a comment down below on whatever you would like us to discuss next time. But until that time, this is Schooner Tuna signing off. Bloop 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 bloop.
Bloop, 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 motherfuckers. And above him is the Warrior of Light. Final Fantasy Fan 12.
Oh Maria, now it's clear broken through the pain and fear. Before too long, I'll be with you. Anyway, that about does it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Oh,
If you like what you saw, click like and subscribe and share with your family and friends. And make sure you ring that notification bell. That way you get notified of our latest videos. Go subscribe to Wolf10
that
Media if you
wolf.
haven't already. Go subscribe to me if you haven't already. And make sure you stay tuned for this Friday on my channel as I will release season 2, or no, not season 2, episode 2, season 1 of Final Fantasy Rules, covering the White Mage class. And then next month, I will be doing comic studies on my channel, starting with Justice League: The World's Greatest Superheroes by Alex Ross and Paul Dini.
Woohoo!
And then in April, but also in March, I will do the Final Fantasy 15 rewrite in March 17th. And then in April, I will do a comic study of Kingdom Come on my birthday. Make sure you stay tuned for that.
Nice.
And once again, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Final Fantasy Fan 12 signing off. And remember, may the light forever shine upon us. And happy Valentine's Day.
Right in between us will be the Hound of the South, Dominic Powell.
Thank you everyone for joining us in tonight's live stream. If you like what you see here, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Wolf10 Media's channel. And if you got any other topics that you'd like us to discuss in the future, whether it's this year or the next, don't hesitate to put down your suggestions. This is the Hound of South, Dominic Powell signing off. And remember to never lose hope and idealism as things get dark in the world.
So anyway, welcome to Wolf 10. Remind you guys once again that you are the UN Spacey. Welcome to the Wolf Fleet.
Now you're all probably wondering why I called you here.